You're listening to Good Morning Gwinnett, a division of ABK Media Group, hosted by Audrey Bell Kearney, sharing stories about people and places around beautiful Gwinnett County every day at 9 a.m. Southern living at its best.
Good morning, and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Gwinnett. I'm your host, Audrey Bell Kearney. So happy to be here with you today. Happy President's Day, everybody. Today is President's Day. We celebrate the presidents this morning, and so a lot of people are home just relaxing this morning. My husband is home, so I got a late start, but I'm here with you nonetheless. Glad to be here again this morning. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. You got a long weekend with President's Day being a holiday today for most people. So if you're expecting the mail to come, there's no mail running today, and most of the county offices are closed and some banks are closed, and so just kind of relax and enjoy the day if you can. I know some of you had the children home, so that may not be an option for you. However, you can always find something to do. As a matter of fact, I'm going to tell you about something that's happening a little later on in the show that you may want to take the children out to check out. So, as always, I like to start off when I remember, with my People Helping People segment of the day. And today, I'm giving a shout out to the Jackson EMC Foundation. They awarded the North Gwinnett Cooperative Ministry $20,000 for their medication program to help with prescriptions for people who need it. Now, here's the thing about that, and it's so needed. My mom has COPD, and she takes Spiriva and Advair and another, I forgot, it was a new drug that they gave her. But when I tell you that drug was $900, it was ridiculous. And I was like, it's got to be some help for, it's got to be some help for people who, now she has insurance, she has Medicare, and she pays her co-pays for most things, but for that medication, it costs a lot of money. So I think the medication was like $900. It was crazy. They even tried to give her some in the office, and it was a good medication. It helped her COPD out and everything. But just the cost of the medication was so crazy till it was like, well, I can't pay $900 for a prescription. So the fact that North Gwinnett was awarded this $20,000 to help senior citizens and families who need help with assisting with prescriptions is great. So a shout out to Jackson EMC Foundation for that award, because trust me, there's a lot of people out there who need this help, and so the fact that you guys are recognizing that and helping is wonderful. So thank you, and for all you that you're doing to help with that cause. I know it's painful for a lot of people, because my mom, I'm here with her, and I know that she has issues with trying to pay that type of money for her medication. Like right now, with her copay for Spiriva and Advair, it comes out to $151 per prescription. That's with her copay. So I understand why this award is so much needed for our citizens here who are in need of assistance. So shout out to Jackson EMC Foundation. Gwinnett Citizen Academy is starting soon. So if you have not put your application in, it's a 12-week program. I put my application in because I need to know about Gwinnett. I didn't even know this academy existed until I had the opportunity to interview Nicole Love Henderson, who is the director of community outreach programs over Gwinnett County. They have a lot of amazing programs. If you missed that episode, go back and listen to it. It was from last week. But one of the ones that I really liked was the Gwinnett Citizen Academy, because it gives you the opportunity to go behind the scenes and see what happens in all branches of government here in Gwinnett County. And for me, that's huge, because I want to know who my players are. And I want to get a chance and the opportunity to talk to them and see, what they do and how they do it and how the government functions. I've never, and I think I expressed this to Nicole, I've never been anywhere that you actually get a chance to go behind the scenes of government and see how everything works, unless you're an intern somewhere on Capitol Hill. But for just everyday citizens to have the opportunity to go behind the scenes of their county government and see how everything functions, I think that's huge. And they have a lot of different academies. They have the police academy, they have the fire academy, and this is the citizens academies, not for you to get a job, but for you to actually learn how these department works. But the Gwinnett Citizens 101 Academy is starting soon. It's a 12-week program. It meets once a week from 6 to 9 p.m. and space is limited. It's free, so there's no charge for this. I heard, I forgot who it was, but it was someone who ran for office last year, and I don't know who. I think it might have been. I think the person may have told me this story was Chantel. Oh God, I'm lost. But anyway, Chantel is economic development manager, and she was saying that someone took the Gwinnett Citizens 101 program, and because they learned so much about government, they ran for office and won. So no, I'm not running for office, but I would like to know how government is ran. I would like to know who runs the government. So I think this is a great opportunity for anybody to get to know how government works. It's so funny because I went to a Black History event on Friday night, my husband and I. And while we were there, this lady came to sit next to me, and I was asking her, I said, "Hey, yeah, do you work for the county?" She said, "No, I went through the Citizens 101 program." And then she started to talk. All these other people started coming in who had gone through the program that she knew, and she's like, "Oh yeah, she was in my class, and he was in my class, and she was in my class." I was like, "Oh, that's pretty cool." And they were like all conversing and things like that. So I think the other thing that the program allows you to do is to meet new people and make new friends, which is something that's on my agenda for 2019 because I am a workaholic, so I am always working. But I really need to get out and meet more people, which I have done that through the Gwinnett Chamber. And I give a shout out to Gwinnett Chamber for all the great things that they do and all the amazing programs that they run every year. And I'm glad I became a member of the chamber. But I just to be able to get to know about government and to meet some amazing new neighbors is cool. I was telling Nicole that I wanted to meet my neighbors where I live, and they had an ice cream social, but they had it on a day that I was going to New Jersey, so I missed out. But hopefully this year they'll have it again, and I'll get a chance to meet my neighbors. But in the meantime, I'm going to go through this 12-week program that's starting in April, and if you want to go to the program as well, you can go to Gwinnett101.com and put your application in. Remember, it's only 30 spaces available, so space is very limited, and the next class starts I think in the fall, and so but you want to get in on the spring class and join me. Hopefully my application is accepted and I'll be able to take the class. All right, moving right along. Listen, I missed this. I missed this. Senator Elizabeth Warren was here in Gwinnett County Saturday, and I missed it. I would have loved to have gone there. She was at Central Gwinnett High School, and she was talking about her run for president, and she also talked about student loans and what she was going to be doing to eradicate some of the student loan debt. That is huge as well. Our nation is drowning in student loan debt. My daughter who's in college, we looked at her student loan debt. It's outrageous. I want to say it's about $73,000. It's outrageous. I know people right now who are still paying off student loan debt from 33 years ago, because I'm one of them. It's crazy. And I think the fact that she is putting that on her ticket to run is huge, because a lot of people pay a lot of money every month for student loan debt. If they didn't have that $500 payment that they were paying, that could really add an increase to their quality of life, because that's money that could go back into their household or towards their living expenses or toward their lifestyle even, so they can enjoy it a little bit. But, student loan debt is crippling. And, that's one of the things that she's going to be talking about as she runs for president of the United States this year, what she's going to do to help eradicate student loans, because we are drowning in student loan debt. We really are. And it's pretty sad, but, because you want an education, you want an education because you want to be able to have a great quality of life and provide for your family. And so student loans for some people is the only way to get that education. Some people get lucky enough to get scholarships. Like my nephew went to college on a full ride scholarship. He went to Vanderbilt and he transferred over to UConn, where he finished off his education, and now he's in a master's program at Mississippi State because he's a coach. So he didn't have to, fortunately, and thank God, he didn't have to worry about his college education. But my daughter and my niece, on the other hand, they got student loan debt. So it's going to be great to see what all the candidates, and there's so many of them, what are they offering us moving forward? What are they trying to eradicate as our new president coming, as a run for president coming forward? So Elizabeth Warren was here Saturday. So if you missed her, you missed her. I missed her. I wish I had known. I would have gone out to, to listen to what she had to say and brought it back to you today. But I did get to bring you that little bit back. So, at least I got to bring that little bit back. If you are a senior citizen and you want to learn how to use a computer, they are giving some classes. I think this is really important. The Gwinnett Senior Learning Center is offering computer classes. I think this is cool because it gives you the opportunity to learn how to use a computer and be able to go on and do things for yourself. And it's good. It gives you an outlet. A lot of people use their phones. Some people still don't know how to use their phone. My mom, who's a senior, she thinks she's the bomb because she knows how to go in there and do pretty much everything on her smartphone. But it started out by her learning how to use a computer years ago. I took her to a library class in Jersey, and she took a class and she learned how to use a computer, how to turn it on, how to turn it off. Now, she can't go in there and do no Word documents and no Excel and, and stuff like that. But she does know the basics of how to turn it on. She knows how to get on the internet. And she transferred those skills over to her smartphone. Now she's on everybody's Facebook page. We call her the Facebook police because she's on everybody's Facebook page. I tell her she be spying on folks. And then she goes back and tell everything. So, but this, if you want to, if you are senior citizens and you want to learn how to use a computer, the Gwinnett Senior Learning Center is offering computer classes for seniors ages 50 and older this spring. Seniors can register online between February 15th and March 16th by going to gsrlc.org. You can also register in person 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on March 19th at Bethesda Park Senior Center, or from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. on March the 21st at George Pierce Park Community Recreation Center. So if you are a senior, 50 or older, and you would like to take computer classes so you can at least learn the basics of how to use a computer, maybe you're thinking about a career change, you want to do something different, here's your opportunity to get that training. So listen, I just talked about college debt. At least you ain't got to worry about college debt to learn these classes. Go on over to www.gsrlc.org for more information about how you can register for those classes. What else I got for you today? Okay, Gwinnett County accepting applications for a third Youth Commission class. Gwinnett County government is recruiting high school students for the Gwinnett Youth Commission, a program to develop young leaders. We need young leaders coming up to follow us, who can speak on behalf of youth Gwinnett and youth in Gwinnett County and be engaged in the community. The Youth Gwinnett Commission was launched in 2017. It's an 8-week course on Gwinnett government covering infrastructure, health and human services, public safety, courts, recreation. Students will also receive leadership and personal development training, which is huge. I think that's a great program as well because it gives you the opportunity to learn how to be a leader in your community. Also gives you the opportunity to get some personal development training. Let me tell you something, young people. If you're listening to this show, personal development is huge in your life. You may not think so now because, right now it's all about partying and Facebook and Instagram and, Snapchat. But later on in life, when you're trying to figure out what you want to do with your life and, you're stuck in a job that you may not like, or you're on a career path that's not for you, and you're struggling with your self-esteem and your clarity, that's what personal development takes a huge role in your life. I know that there are so many people right now that I know, including myself, who didn't know anything about personal development until I was in my 30s. I was like probably 31 when I learned about personal development. That's when I started listening to Tony Robbins and motivational speakers because I was on a path that I did not like. I did not know what I wanted to do at that point. And I was trying to do so many different things and just trying to figure out, okay, what do I want to do? But then in the interim, it makes your self-esteem hit the bottom because you're like, okay, I must be doing something wrong. There's something wrong with me. And so you start feeding yourself all this negative self-talk, and it does something to your self-esteem and your self-confidence. That's why personal development is so huge. And right now, the fact that they're offering you this opportunity for 12 weeks to learn about personal development and leadership skills, I think is great. So if you want to know more about that, you can reach out to Nicole. This is Nicole.Hendrickson at GwinnettCounty.com, and she's heading up that program. It's a great opportunity for you as a a young adult to find out more about government, also to get these very precious skills that, let me tell you, when you get 25, you're going to have to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars to get those skills. So you're getting them for free right now, which is great, because I paid, I think, $900 to go see Tony Robbins one time just to walk on some hot coal. And I did. I walked on the hot coal, but I could have got some leadership skills if that was offered to me without having to pay $900 and walk on hot coal. So these opportunities are there. Please take advantage of them, young people, because they will serve you as time go on, as a young adult coming up and as young leaders in our community. And we need great leaders coming up in our community to take over where we leave off. Because at some point we're going to leave off and, we're going to take some time out to relax. And we need you to take over and do some things. If you're looking for something to do, Norcross Movies Monday is happening tonight. If you are, it's free. You can go to the Norcross Culture and Arts Center at 10 College Street, Norcross, Georgia. Tonight they're going to be showing Marshall, and that's the story of Thurgood Marshall, who became the first African-American Supreme Court Justice, and it goes through his career. It's Black History Month right now. We have a lot of celebrations going on around Gwinnett County, so if you are looking for something interesting to do and you want to learn something about history, go check it out. They have a showing today at 1:30 p.m. and another showing at 6:30 p.m. And you can go to aplacetoimagine.com for more information. And again, that's the Norcross Cultural Arts and Community Center located at 10 College Street in Norcross, Georgia. And they're showing Marshall, and it's going to talk about Thurgood Marshall, who was the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. And I think it's going to be good. Free treats, popcorn, and water available, and guests are welcome to bring a lunch or dinner to dine as well. So you can take now that's kind of cool too. You can take your own food. It's not the AMC, but you can still dine in and have a great time with the children and the husband and the best friend. I have never seen that movie. I think I might check it out later on today because I haven't seen it. Shame on me. I'm not a big movie person. Someone sent me something yesterday, and they asked me, it's like, hey, listen, have you ever thought about being a travel agent? And I said, yeah, I was a travel agent. The problem was I didn't like to travel that much. And so I wasn't a great travel agent. But because I like what I do so much, like running my mouth right now, talking to you and sharing all this great information about what's going on around Gwinnett. I like what I do so much till it's not really work for me. And so I don't travel that much. And my friends, I got a couple of friends that love to travel. And they say to me all the time, you got to get out and do more stuff. And I was like, I know. But, for me, it's not work. So I like what I do. And so I don't really have to travel. Now, there are some places on my bucket list that I want to go to. I want to go to Bali. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Greece. And I want to go to Italy. Those are my places. I don't have a lot. But those are the ones that I want to go to. So, listen, on Wednesday, February the 20th at 11:30, Commissioner Charlotte Nash will be giving the State of the County address. So if you are, you may not, sold out, can't come. But I'll be there, so I'll bring back to you what's happening at the state of, I'll tell you what she's talking about at the State of the County. It's sold out, so there are no tickets available, but I will be bringing you information back on Thursday about that event. February 20th is also my birthday, so you would think I'll be somewhere traveling for that, but I will not. I will be at the State of the County, listen to Commissioner Charlotte Nash Chairman Charlotte Nash talk about what's going on in Gwinnett, so that's exciting for me because it's my first one. If you're looking to do some networking, Thursday, 7:30 a.m., the Gwinnett Chamber has a deep dive, business before hours deep dives. You're going to get in there and do some networking, some lead generations. That's located at the Gwinnett Chamber on Sugarloaf Parkway, 6500 Sugarloaf Parkway. If you are early bird, you might want to check that out. It's at 7:30 in the morning. If you're not, you might want to just jump on over to Friday morning where they do their regular networking, traditional networking and leads. That's at 9 o'clock. 6500 Sugarloaf Parkway, Gwinnett Chamber, 9 o'clock on Friday, 7:30 a.m. on Thursday, and then they have some after hours things going on. Let's see what they got going on after hours. If you can't make a morning session, listen, I told you the chamber has a ton of stuff going on all year long. So if you can't make one, you can make another one. I'm going to definitely be at this one because I want to get the opportunity to meet the gentleman who runs the Business Radio X over at the Sonesta Hotel. That's this Thursday, February 21st at 5 p.m. Sonesta Place, Atlanta, 1775 Pleasant Hill Road. That's in Duluth. They're going to be doing business after hours, presented by Country Financial, hosted by Sonesta and Business Radio X. I went in there one time to talk to him, but he wasn't there, so I'm gonna go back. I did get a chance to talk to Stone from Business Radio X. He was really nice too, but I was told to talk to the gentleman that runs this station here, so I'm looking forward to going over to Business After Hours, hosted by the Gwinnett Chamber as well, and that's hosted by the Sonesta Hotel and Business Radio X. Presented by Country Financial. Sonesta Gwinnett Place, Atlanta, 1775 Pleasant Hill Road, Duluth, Georgia. That's Thursday, February 21st, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. If you are a member, there is no charge. If you are not a member, you must pay $15 and register in advance. All right. So a lot of things going on. And if you want to have a booth there, you can surely have a booth there, and it's $125. So if you won't have more questions about that, you can contact Sarah Hetty, who's on the show early on. She can be reached at 770-232-8805 or shetty@gwinnettchamber.org. Again, that's Sarah. You can contact Sarah, 770-232-8805 or email her at shetty@gwinnettchamber.org. That's all I got for you today, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be back again tomorrow, God willing, with more information about what's happening in the great county of Gwinnett and bringing you more information about what you can do if you want to go out and enjoy yourself. Remember, if you want to go out and do something today, head on over to Norcross Cultural and Arts Community Center, 10 College Street, Norcross, Georgia. Check out Marshall. It's the story of Thurgood Marshall, who was the first African-American Supreme Court Justice. I'm sure it's going to be a great movie. I love history. It's amazing I haven't seen this movie. But I think I'm going to check it out. Even if I don't go today, I might check it out on Netflix or something. I'm sure it's playing right now because of all of the Black History stuff that's going on right now because of the Black History Month. As a matter of fact, I was at the county building on Friday. I think I kind of alluded to that. It was a great program. I mean, some of the Harlem Globetrotters was there. Mike Glenn was there. He was talking about his history in sports, and he also had a beautiful showcase of, some amazing people and blacks in sports from like the early 1800s, I think. And it was so nice, and I'm glad I went because I got a chance to hear some amazing stories. There was a gentleman there who played basketball. He was the first deaf player to play basketball at Hofstra University. And so I learned that when you want to clap for a deaf person, you wave your hand. So I learned something about history, and I also learned how to communicate, at least one communication, with someone who cannot hear me. But it was a really great event, and I got to meet some people from the Gwinnett 101 Citizen Program, and just really nice. I mean, it was wasn't what I was expecting, but it was very nice nonetheless. Because I think I was expecting like just an exhibit, and I got a part of a seminar almost, and it was really cool. And I got to hear this one guy. His name was what was his name? His last name was Rivers. He was a Harlem Globetrotter, and he told the story about how his team won the championship in 1967. And, you could just see the pride in his face as he told that story. And I'm sure he's told that story so many times. But he talked about how they won the championship in 1967 and how proud he felt, and I could just look in his face and hear in his voice how proud he still feels right now. And he said that was one of the proudest moments in his life, and that's the one he talked about the most. Even though he's a Harlem Globetrotter, I would think that may be like one of the proudest things. But he said no, winning the high school championship in Savannah, Georgia. It was Beach. His high school was called Beach, and they won the championship in Savannah in 1967, and he was so proud of that. And the pride that he showed was, I wanted to create something memorable like that. Some people may say I've already done that. I don't feel like I have, even though I've invented things and written books and things like that. his pride it was enlightening, to say the least. And it was a great program. So listen, there are a lot of great programs out there. If you don't know anything about the African American history, go look online. Gwinnett County has a lot of things going on, and learn about it. Don't stay in the dark. That's one of the problems we face right now, because there's so much misinformation out there that's why it's so harmful to our culture and to our communities, because people just don't take the time to learn about us and learn about each other, not just African American history, but about each other. I remember, and I'm going to end in a minute, but I got to tell this quick story. I remember going to church one Sunday, and my pastor, now our church was a very diverse church. I mean, we had blacks, white, Chinese, we had Emmy award-winning politicians, movie stars, singers. It was very diverse. And people from all walks of life, all professions, all races and cultures. It was really a diverse church. But I remember he said he was speaking somewhere, and he said something about being ashy. And so if you're black, you know what that means. That means you need some lotion. So someone said to him, and it was a white person, he said, well, what does it mean when you say ashy? And it was so funny, because we know what it means. Like, oh, that means my arm is really white because I need some lotion. But they learned something. And I'm so happy that they weren't afraid to ask the question, because now they know when we say, oh, man, I'm so ashy, it means we just need lotion. And so it's simple things that you don't think, mean a lot. But when you take the time to learn about someone's culture, it's huge, and it could change the way you look at yourself and your life, and the way you've thought, and the things you've learned throughout your life. So I invite you to, go out if you have not seen Marshall, or just go online and look up, Black history and learn about our history, and ask your questions. Don't be afraid to ask the questions. Sometimes all it takes is an answer to a question to help you change your perspective on some things. So with that said, ladies and gentlemen, I'll be back again tomorrow. God willing, to bring you more of Good Morning Gwinnett, and you make it a great day. And listen, go on over to Good Morning Gwinnett. If you missed the episode of the show, go to goodmorninggwinnett.com, check out past episodes, pick up a Good Morning Gwinnett, I Love Gwinnett t-shirt, or rep your zip code, whatever zip code you're in. I think there's a shirt there for you. If it's not, shoot me a comment, and I'll add your shirt there as well. Listen, until next time, make it a great day. Bye for now.
You've been listening to Good Morning Gwinnett. Make sure to tune in daily at 9 a.m. Eastern Time to find out what's happening around Gwinnett. If you missed an episode, go to www.goodmorninggwinnett.com to catch up. If you like this episode, go ahead and subscribe to the show now and share it with your friends.